I don't know if you can hear it, but this is the song of the day. Thank God it's Friday. Everybody, I wanted to give you a fun Friday recipe. I am getting ready to go on glamping. So this is something that you can take with you on your camp trips if you want and still remain on your low carb diet. Who needs to wait for glamping whenever you can make them at home because they're delicious. Today we're making keto cheddar biscuits. Keto cheddar biscuits. Really super simple. You're gonna be able to make these within 10 minutes. So, ready, set, go. All right, by the way, this is part of my low carb diet that's helped me to lose 31 pounds this year, 31 pounds. If you wanna know more about how I did it, just ask me. Okay, first step, let's get the ingredients out. Eggs, cottage cheese, butter, almond flour, baking powder, Himalayan sea salt, cheddar cheese, parsley, and that's it. Not very many ingredients, another good sign, right? Okay, so first step, preheating the oven to 400 degrees and parchment paper on the baking sheet. Next step, whisk together the eggs, cottage cheese, and butter. Okay, great. So we got 2 eggs. Let's go. How was your Friday today, huh? Egg number 1. Do you know Friday's my favorite day of the week? In comments, tell me what's your favorite day of the week and why. I know I'm not alone. Okay, 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese or sour cream. Because I'm a little extra today, I'm gonna do both. Besides, it's only 2 tablespoons, right? Just make sure whatever you get is high quality. Remember, whenever we are on any kind of diet, we want to make sure it's the highest quality food possible. If you can't, even just make it yourself. I do that sometimes, but that's for another video. I love making mac and cheese. Love, love, love. Tastes so much better than the stuff you buy in the store. Okay, because I'm going a little extra, let me get sour cream out. Don't you think it's fun to cook to the music? Oh yeah. So let's see what's special today. What else is cooking today? Today, so basically I'm watching the weather to see if it's gonna rain tomorrow or not. Because there's a slight chance that it's not gonna rain where we're gonna go fishing tomorrow. And if the rain clears out, we're leaving tonight. If not, then we might as well stay home because it's gonna rain here too. But that's okay, then we'll just do more cooking, right? Okay, so we got the cottage cheese. I threw in a little extra sour cream, the 2 eggs, and we need 2 tablespoons of butter. So I did melt some butter. Where did that butter go? I know, oh here it is, in the microwave. Awesome. 2 tablespoons melted butter, oh yeah. Leave a little extra in there just for the topping. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my whisk out, whisk it together. So last night I made a yummy, yummy broccoli and cauliflower salad, a cold salad to bring with us on this trip. We're going to go fly fishing, but I want to stay on my diet because I've lost 31, I've got 20 more to go. This is by far the easiest diet I've ever done in my life. Okay, so I'm gonna just pour all this yumminess into the mixer because in a moment you'll see I have some dry ingredients to go in there as well. I'm just pulling it all out of this little gizmo. There we go. All right, so step. We've got some dry ingredients. Dry ingredients, let's see, almond baking powder, salt. You know. So what I'm gonna do is use the can over again, just because I don't like dirty ones like it. Say, clean as you go. Okay, so ready for 1 cup almond flour, So I think when I was a kid, Friday was my favorite day because of course it was the final day of school each week, but I loved school, I gotta tell you, I did. Who wouldn't love, in my humble opinion, a place where you get to go see all the other kids, have playtime together, and learn stuff. The perfect world would have that all of our life, right? So we got to create that for ourselves once we're out of school. Maybe that's why you're here. Okay, almond flour baking powder. So we've got how much baking powder? 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon baking powder. I'm gonna have to be learning metric system soon because I am probably moving to Canada in a couple years. My husband's from there. He's here with me now, but he wants to retire there. And I'm just a flower that grows where she's planted. Okay, so baking powder. Next is, let's see here. Oh yeah, the salt. So 1/4 teaspoon Himalayan sea salt. There we go. I think this disco music is funny. Did you guys know that it seems like it's coming back, right? Probably because those of us younger than 20 didn't have to suffer through it the first time. They don't know better. It's a fad. Okay. Boy, that's yummy. Okay, next is, so I'm just gonna stir this part together to incorporate it. There we go. Almond flour, in case you're not aware, is a much lower carb flour. So if you're going to choose a flour for almost any baking dish you want, if you're going to put flour in it at all, you don't always have to. But in this case, we're going to do that for these biscuits. You want to do almond flour or coconut flour. Personally, I find that almond flour, you've got to get the super fine. Remember that 2 words, careful until you get. Because if you don't, then the coarser almond flour comes out really grainy in baked goods. Not so good. In fact, I haven't found one recipe that you shouldn't use the super fine with, as opposed to the grainy regular kind. Okay, so now we're going to let the mixer do his thing. Stir. Oh, well, I guess you might need a... I guess you might need a stirring mechanism on there to make it happen, huh? All right. Kind of this dough paddle. Yeah, that might be a good thing, huh? Try to stir without a spoon. That's not going to work so good. All right. So while that's stirring, let's see here. Now I'm going to be grating some cheese, some cheddar cheese. Ooh, the magic ingredient, cheddar cheese. So, by the way, anytime I'm ever cooking anything, I'm always doing this stuff because it makes it that I'm not hungry at all while I'm cooking. Oops. That was nice. Okay. There we go. So, just don't end. I need 1 cup of grated cheese. So you might be thinking, wow, why didn't you just get the pre-grated stuff, right? So guys, here's why you don't get the pre-grated stuff. Because if you get pre-grated cheese, guess what they do? Well, think of it this way. You see this grated cheese that I've got in my hand here that I just made? What would happen if I put that in a bag and put it in the fridge? It would start to stick together, right? Glom together. So if you haven't noticed, the grated cheese that you buy at the store, already pre-grated, it never gloms together, right? Do you ever wonder why? It's because the manufacturer of the cheese puts some extra stuff on your cheese, basically a chemical, on your cheese to make sure it doesn't stick together. Well, at very minimum, that adds carbs. Seriously, cheese, which is supposed to be carb, will suddenly have carbs just because you bought it. 31 pounds makes me feel very happy. But I gotta tell you, the last 20 are the hardest, right? So I'm stepping it up. I am doing exercise now when I really didn't have to exercise to get to the 31 at all. Mostly because of these. Because they take away your appetite completely and give you energy. But now I found that I gotta do something a little extra. I'm still going to be drinking these things because they suppress my appetite so much and give me so much energy. But yeah. Okay, so 1 cup of cheese is all grated now, and it looks like this is almost, it's wet, but I want to get all the lumps out, so I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. All right. Drop that in. Oh wow, we're almost done. Ha. And this is it. Okay, let's get this really whipped up. Yeah, that's the way I like it. That's another 70s song. Supposed to know. Okay, so now we're going to put the cheese in, and because I am a little extra, as they say, I'm going to put in some Parmesan and a little bit. What do you guys for? Should I put in mozzarella or should I put in brie? Mozzarella, brie. What do you think? Okay, we're gonna go for mozzarella. Have you guys heard Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters also formed a disco album? Instead of the Bee Gees, who made a lot of songs famous in the 70s, disco songs, he's called his group the DGs, as in Dave Grohl, DG, and they've redone the Bee Gees' greatest hits, which I do think. You're hearing it for the first time, as many of you under 25 are, and more, many of you under 40 are. It's not terrible to dance to, especially. Kind of sparkly. Okay, now I've got mozzarella in there. Let's try that. I've got some other things I could put in there. Oh, what the heck? Let's make it. I'm going to put in some, what have I got? Here we go. A little extra. Oh no, this is jack. Is that right? Yeah. Jalapeno jack. Raw, it says. I'm not sure what they mean by raw. When I make cheese, it's basically always made from raw, but maybe that's just a marketing thing. I should know, right? Okay, so we got a little bit of jack. It's now 3D's keto cheddar biscuits. So now it's as simple as this. Oh, wait, did I put the baking powder in? Yes, I did. Okay, great. Awesome. So now all I'm going to do is put them on my baking pan. This is going to make, depending how big you want your biscuits, between 6 and 10 biscuits. If you make 10 biscuits out of this mix, you're going to have only 2 carbs per biscuit. Oh yeah, and 174 calories each. All right. Easy peasy. Doesn't it almost sound like someone's making money? Either that or someone's hitting something, mining for something, right? All right. So this is probably like 2 tablespoons. Mine is a little wetter than yours might be because I put in the extra cheese, but you know, that's how we want it. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna put the recipe in this post. You can make this on your own with me, along with a mixture of the fish fats. And then while on our trip, hopefully we get to go on again, depending on the rain or lack thereof. Gonna be with us so that we little mini sips. I think the last 2 I'm gonna make big, so that can actually be more like a fish. So it's like between 6, but I get it. Yeah, I've been able 12 and too darn big. That might be because of the extras I put in. And extras. Great. Make sure. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do now is put these in the oven. We're going to bake these from 10 to 12 minutes. Is that right? No, 12 to 15 minutes, or until they're golden brown. So the bigger ones will be cooking a little longer than the smaller ones. I'll show you what the picture looks like after it comes out, and I'll let you know what our taste review is. Happy Friday, everybody. See ya.